the what's your name? The Daisy Stormer. Turn your microphone on.
Hi.
The
Hi.
Daisy.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for bringing me up. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Um,
No.
listen, I am totally on board with everything you guys say. If you guys would just stop being 13% who commit 60% of the crime. Otherwise, I'm totally on board with all this.
Oh, so why do you think we commit all that crime, man? What is that about? Why what's wrong with us? Why do you think we create these
I
crimes?
mean, there are a lot of reasons, and I don't.
Like what? Give us one, sweetie. Go ahead.
I mean, genetically, you guys are more inclined to be more aggressive, um, low
Oh,
impulse type. That's just the genetic reasons. I we could get in.
so like so
We could get it.
so let's stay with the genetics because that I've heard something like that before. Is it something in the brain? What specifically is it about the genetic? What's the gene that creates the violence, ma'am?
Let me clarify. Actually, I want to say first of all, a lot of people would say, "Well, that's racist." Listen, I don't think there's anything. Hold on.
Daisy, let's slow down. Slow down. Let's slow down. All right, slow down because you're trying to jump all over the place. I'm not even disagreeing with you, ma'am. Just slow down. Let's just stick to a topic, though. I would like if you say something and I ask you to elaborate, just don't go jump to another topic. Just stick with your topic. I'm not disagreeing with you. You might be onto something, Daisy. By the way, Daisy, where you from? By the way, ma'am, where you from?
I am from the South.
Right. I kind of hear Midwestern accent
No,
though. You sound
I'm
like
from the deep South, but I have a Canadian history family wise. Yeah,
right.
so I'm from
I
the deep
hear that.
South.
Okay, but you have. Where's your? What part of Europe did your family come from?
Well, I'm only half white, or like 60% white. They came from England, France, that area. The rest of mine is Native American.
Oh Lord. Oh God. Okay. Well, are you Cherokee? You're Cherokee.
No. More along the lines of Aztec, Mexican, Indian.
Oh, so you're Hispanic.
No, because Hispanic, if you look at that implies like Spaniard. I have 0% Spaniard. I'm just Native American from
Okay, because when
Central
you're talking,
America.
okay, okay, yeah, Central America, that's Spanish,
No, it's
ma'am.
not. Not no, because Hispanic implies that the natives mixed with the Spaniards who invaded. My family genetically doesn't have any Spaniard in us. We don't speak Spanish either. We speak like a local dialect.
Uh huh. Because you're talking about Aztecs. How would you get up here? How did y'all get to Alabama, or wherever you from in the South, or Canada? How did
Unironically,
the
the white side of my family came over from England and France, immigrated to Canada, came down to the South. My Mexican side, you could call, I don't even like saying Mexican, my indigenous side.
right? You told the truth. You're
No,
Mexican.
I'm
You
not.
told the truth. But go
That's
ahead.
just the
Go ahead.
easiest way to say it.
No,
I'm
Mexican.
not
You're
Mexican
right.
because Mexican again that implies that I was that my family was breeding with the colonizers, which they weren't.
But they came from the area known as Mexico. When you say this
Correct.
is,
They
well,
came for,
watch the
yes, they were the indigenous peoples.
Mexican. You're
Yes.
Mexican,
No, I'm
sweetie.
not. I
You're
mean, if
Mexican.
you want to use
Go.
incorrect, terms, then yes, I guess I'm Mexican.
But denying being Mexican,
I'm
calling it
not
something else.
Mexican.
It all right. It wasn't.
I'm
It's
Native
not Aztec.
American. That's what I am.
Right. Right. You're native Mexican. But go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead,
I'm
beloved.
native
Go
to
ahead.
Mexico, yes.
Right. Right. And which makes you Mexican,
No,
which is fine. I
no.
love Mexican people. Mexican people are phenomenal. But go ahead, ma'am.
Anyway, no,
Feliz
listen.
Navidad.
I part of what I was gonna elaborate, and I was gonna say, I actually think.
And wait, slow down because what's interesting. But you said that black people, we got a problem with 13% of the population and we're so violent. But ma'am, you're a Mexican woman and y'all have drug cartels killing people left and right. So is there something wrong with you genetically too? Do we share the same gene? I mean, what's happening?
No. Let's keep it on topic. Again, we're
Because
talking
y'all got
about
the
that.
violence, your lineage, there's a lot of violence from your lineage, ma'am,
Okay,
that
okay,
really
sure.
tops out, right?
I mean, that comes from corrupt politics. Y'all's comes from like anywhere y'all go, it
Oh,
just sucks.
corrupt politics. So with us, it's genetics, but the violence from your homeland is just corrupt politics, right?
Yes.
Got it. So corrupt politics make people behead people and chop their arms off
Yeah,
and
because
shoot them up.
that's not like they're not like invading other countries and doing that like at that same rate. But if
Right.
you wouldn't
But
get off topic, which I understand is hard for
black
you,
people aren't doing that
my
either, man.
entire point is I don't believe it's particular even, that's where I was trying to get away from, was
Yeah,
not
you're trying to get away from
racism, but it's
your
listen,
lineage. You're
what
trying.
it is, it's culturalism. I'm a culturalist. And I don't
Uh,
particularly actually think it's necessarily like because the color of your skin makes you violent, which there are, like, depending on who you listen to, like historians and whatnot and anthropologists, that there's an argument to be made. But I really think it's black culture that we need to stray away from.
oh, okay. Um, okay. But El Chapo is a part of your culture and has way more violence than anything in black culture. There's no
That's a
black.
very small, like, part. Like, it's like
No, it's not.
it is a very small part.
No, it's
Yes,
not,
it is. It actually, that's one
ma'am.
man.
The drug cartels and the murder cartels is not a small part. It's so bad to the point where they have to issue tourist warning advisories to go down there. There's a reason why your family and your people are running to get the hell out of there,
Well,
ma'am. That's
again,
not a
first of
small
all, I'm
part,
not Mexican, so
ma'am. That's where your lineage comes from. You're talking
it comes
about
from
you
that
come
country, but genetically, I'm not related to
right,
those people.
right, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, that's your lineage, ma'am. You're just denying that. You're denying that when you're trying to throw back to some Aztec,
Dude,
ma'am. It's
there's a
Mexico.
saying that every day a new racist is made, and I feel like people like you are the reason why.
Who am I racist against, ma'am?
I didn't say you are racist against anybody. I said you are the type of person who creates new racists
How so?
by being ignorant.
To what? What am I ignorant
Oh
to?
my
What don't I know?
goodness, this is a losing battle right here.
He's the
But
modern
ma'am,
day MLK.
uh, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Just calm down. I'm talking to a senorita right now. I'm talking to her, getting her packed up and straight.
Not even the same language that my family speaks, but
I I know, ma'am. I know you're native to something. But yeah, ma'am, you're just denying your Mexican heritage. You shouldn't be ashamed of your Mexican heritage, ma'am. There's
I'm not Mexican, so there's that.
yeah, ma'am. If you're not Aztec,
Yo, we're not in
because
the
the
deep state. Like, we're not in, like, Mississippi.
ma'am,
You don't got to keep going.
ma'am,
Oh,
you're not
Miss
as
Daisy. Like, damn, dude.
ma'am, ma'am. Margarita, you're not Aztec. The Aztecs were conquered by the Spaniards, ma'am. You're not
Miss
Aztec, ma'am.
Daisy. Just,
They
you know
were,
what? Why don't you just refer to me as Miss Daisy from now on if you're gonna keep going with the ma'am bullshit?
ma'am. I'm not gonna call you no Miss Daisy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do
I'll take
that, ma'am.
massa as well.
No, I won't do that, ma'am. How about Karen? All right, is Karen a good
That's
one?
actually
You like that?
that is good because that's actually a white slur, so I like that one.
You like that one because you're trying to deny your Hispanic background. You're ashamed of your abuela down there because you probably got somebody black down there in Mexico in your family, and you
Oh
shouldn't be
no,
ashamed of
lordy, lordy, lordy.
it. Yes, ma'am. You probably do. You're trying to be a $5 Indian up here, but no,
Oh man, if I had $1 for every time I got called a $5, I bet you believe black people were the original indigenous people of America, don't you?
they weren't you, ma'am. The indigenous weren't pale skinned people like yourself,
Dude, all
ma'am.
right,
They
hey,
definitely
everybody
were not.
listening on this space. Okay, listen, you guys are being put on another space. All you white niggas on the other space, listening to me. He just called me white. All right, here we go. Daisy justified.
Pale,
Daisy vindicated.
right. They're not pale skinned like you, ma'am. They were not pale skinned like you. And you are a white Hispanic, and there's nothing wrong with that. There are some
I'm
wonderful white
objectively
Hispanic.
not Hispanic, but keep going.
Man, you got J Lo, you got Ricky Martin. There's you got Tito Puente. Beautiful, phenomenal people within your culture, ma'am. Why don't you have respect for your culture? I do. I love your
That's
culture.
not my culture.
Ma'am, I was just at Chipotle earlier. I freaking love your culture, ma'am. You shouldn't be ashamed of your culture. You have a rich, vibrant culture. There's so many phenomenal people in your culture,
Nigga,
ma'am.
what is going on here?
Ma'am. And by the way, Daisy, you sound like an older white woman. How old are you? What, 40 something? Or you just
56. I'm 56.
50? 50 say, okay, so you're an OG. You're an
Yeah,
OG.
yeah.
Oh, so when you were younger, how much soul pole were you getting when you were in college?
Oh, smoking that black pipe every day.
Let's be clear. Let's keep it a buck. You were getting piped down by the brothers, weren't you, back in the day? Let's
Oh
keep it a buck.
man. Oh man.
Daisy, are we gonna keep it a buck tonight?
Listen. I'm trying not to go full neo-Nazi on you. Please don't do this.
Daisy. You were getting piped down by the brothers back in the day, weren't you?
Back in like 1976, I guess. Maybe
There
back
you,
in 1976.
right. How many? Just throw a
Maybe
number. You
like
ain't got to tell all.
47, 48, maybe.
No. Give a real number. You didn't have that much then.
No, hey,
Uh,
listen, back in the 70s, we was kings, we was crazy.
well, if you were doing all that in the 70s, you can't be 56. You got to be much older than that.
No,
So,
no. In the 70s, I was like 8 years old getting piped down by niggas.
okay, no. That was from white daddy doing that.
No, it was
Your
niggas
perverted.
for sure.
No. It was your perverted dad doing that. So um, you probably were doing your thing back in the 90s, the 80s and
No,
90s.
It's 70s
And,
for sure.
and with a lot of the white supremacist women, when you get older, then you all of a sudden you want to turn into the neo-Nazi with all them Negro dingaling ghost in your life. But that's okay. We'll keep those secrets to the grave. But anyway, Daisy, let me get this. I got another suspected white supremacist I want to get on. But anyway,
Thank
Daisy,
you for
thank
your
you so
time. I
much.
appreciate it, Tariq.
Thank you. Adios, amigos. All right.
Gracias.
All right. Yes, indeed. She tried to deny her Hispanic heritage. Now, what's your name? Notorious.
Yeah, I can go by that, Tariq. Yeah. How's it going? The first time caller, long time listener, big fan.
There you go. Now, where are you with this accent? Are you from Scotland? Where the hell are you from with
No,
this
I'm
accent?
from Australia, down under.
Oh, there it is. There it is. So, what's on your mind, man?
Yeah, I was just gonna, say big ups, holding it down for Juneteenth. You guys, like FBAs, real FBAs, definitely, deserve a holiday, and got to stop these tethers from co-opting it. So big shout out there. But I was just going to add to Miss Daisy's sort of point about, she brought up the whole, 13 does 50 or whatever percent sort of thing, and you're sort of asking her to explain why she thinks that black people would commit so much crime. I would say it might be something to do with why they're so good at things like sports and music and entertainment. They've got sort of like a vitalism about them. They're very high energy, and that sort of stuff would probably come in handy when you're doing maybe like carjackings or doing armed robberies. You got to be on your feet and have your wits about you, sort of thing. So I think that might be like an
Right.
explanation. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just high energy. Got him. Got
Yeah,
him. So how come?
because Asians, they're not very, they're very timid, and they're not really, they don't have that sort of physical prowess about them, and that's why they would maybe not be, capable of doing the same level of crimes that black people do. That it's just a theory,
Right.
sort of thing. So
Right. So why aren't you white supremacists? Why aren't you high energy with your birth rates? How come your birth rates are so low energy? How's that working?
I don't know, probably just care about the environment. It's too many people on the planet anyway, so we don't really need any more
Oh,
people.
right. Because them birth rates are not high energy at all for the white supremacists, boy. Your birth rates are struggling, boy. Y'all got them struggle
Yeah, well,
birth rates.
there's already 7 billion people on the planet, so we don't really need any more.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's looking bad, man. Y'all kind of down bad, man. Y'all need some of that high energy
I don't think
because
so. I think because with the white population is the highest it's ever been in world history. So
oh no, it's not, sir. You
yeah,
guys are
yeah,
like
it
what?
is. It's
You
like
got,
it's the world population like 200 years ago was like 1 billion. Now it's 7 billion. There's a
dude, you got the white supremacists, man. You guys are like what 8% of the global
that
population.
just
It's not
yeah.
too.
But what I meant was like
Also, and
go
also,
back hundreds of years. There's a lot more white people now than there was hundreds of years ago.
not,
That's my point.
not percentage wise,
Well,
not
it
percentage
doesn't
wise.
really matter like what the percentage is.
Well, it kind of does because you're like you have a negative birth rate right now, right? You're dying
That
off.
just means the population's slowly going to decrease. It doesn't really mean anything, to be honest.
Then why are you white? panicking though. Yeah, it does mean
I'm
something.
not.
Those
I'm
white
not
bird.
panicking.
Yeah, a lot of you guys are. A lot of you guys
Well,
are.
maybe they're just paranoid, and maybe they should stop. They
You
should stop
well,
panicking.
they're getting into cloning, and y'all
Tariq, you got to watch
making.
out for those the white supremacist clones. They're going to be making androids like the clone army in Star Wars. That's what.
Right. And that's the thing, because you're over there in Australia, and as a white supremacist, I don't want you to make a white supremacist robot, and I got to deal with the smell, and you got meth, and
It runs off. It
li-
runs off nothing but meth and
yeah,
unseasoned mashed potato.
right. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gonna have these robots with robotic headlights, and the headlights is gonna be radioactive. So I don't know what the hell y'all gonna have for us. So y'all got to get that shit together, man. And worrying about us and our hyperactive genes. And yeah, we're about to have radioactive mayonnaise and shit like that. That's going to be like vibranium. Y'all got this special mayonnaise that y'all got that's in the Caucasus Mountains that you got to mine for. And they already found an alien over there in Nevada. And
Oh yeah.
I think
Do you
the
reckon? Do you
alien,
reckon white people might be aliens? Is that it?
I heard the alien was looking for the mayonnaise to fuel their flying saucers. So they were looking for the white people. And y'all got all the mayonnaise. So they're like, hey, we need to use the mayonnaise as transmission fluid for our spaceships. And they're asking the brothers, and we don't have it.
But
Where all
I'll tell you the craziest thing about white people's cooking. They'll put all this crazy stuff. They'll put raisins and like all this weird fruit and salads and things like that. Do you think that's strange?
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys didn't really know how to eat that well in Europe. It was black people like the Moors who had to come in there and tell you how to and teach you how to eat properly, because y'all had a history of just kind of throwing all your food together. You look at those old
Yeah,
films,
that's
those
that's
old
what
movies.
to be honest, that's what I still do. Like whatever I just got in the kitchen, I just get out a bowl and I just mix it a big bowl of schlock.
Yeah, yeah, I know y'all do that now. Y'all eat the meat raw and all that. Your white supremacists, y'all are very filthy with the way you eat. Y'all just take a steak out the freezer and rinse it off and just
Stop,
cook
man! You're making me hungry,
it.
man. I,
I,
I, I
I
haven't
know
had my
this. I
lunch
know.
over here yet.
Oh, I know you're just rubbing your belly right now. Yeah. So yeah, y'all eat real crazy. So we had to come in and teach you how to cook the food and season it and eat a salad beforehand and all that shit. So you're gonna be all right, man. All right. Anyway, man, you have a good night, and
You
uh,
too, Tariq. Happy Juneteenth.
yes, indeed, and leave them koalas alone over there. Don't be up here molesting koalas. All right. Okay. A lot of folks in here. Boy, the white supremacists in here heavy. A lot of these white supremacists in here. Y'all hear my dog snoring in the damn back, man. What's up, NYCT? What's up, all the phenomenal sisters in here? Shout out to all the brothers in here. FBA family. Shout out to all the non FBA people. I'm just looking down the line. I see you, Miss CC. Yeah, I see everybody in here. We are heavy in here tonight. Damn, we got damn near 800 people in here. What y'all doing up this late? Chopping it up with me? Y'all need to watch the movie American Maroon if you have not seen the movie American Maroon. That's a phenomenal movie at American-Maroon.com. American-Maroon.com. All right, let's get NF Kush. MF Kush. Let's get MF Kush in here. What's going on with it?
Oh, hello, Tariq. How are you? Thank you for hosting this space. I did just want to say real quick that it is unfortunate that anytime that we do anything that uplift our specific ethnic group, they try to shit on it and they always try to co-opt it and make it seem to turn into something that it never was. But I actually came up here to say to Daisy, honey, let me explain something to you real quick. You don't even have no lips. You got 2002 hair. You probably built like a 12-year-old boy. You got duck feet. Don't ever feel like you can
Uh,
ever call somebody no nigga in those face. That is hella disrespectful. And why you want to sit up here and call people names? Your tan is horrible, dear. Thank you, Tariq. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, Daisy, she was having an identity crisis. She didn't want to acknowledge her Hispanic background. They always try to do that, trying to claim Aztec. Please. The Aztecs were got up out of here by the Spaniards, dude. What's your name? Smurf?
Smurfism.
Smurf?
Yep, Smurfism.
Smurfism. What's up, Smurfism?
I didn't really have anything to say about your views on, American racial history and stuff. I don't really want to touch all that because it's obviously got a well-developed point there. I'm not going to try to act like I'm going to change your opinion on that, you know?
Right.
Um,
It's, we,
just
it's
had,
true. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, just had a few things to say about just general European historical knowledge, things like Greco-Roman homoeroticism. That claim has been largely debunked. I mean, you can look into it and stuff. There was cases of pederasty among Greece, but they were largely, if you look at it, looked down upon by not only the most of the populace, but also
Dude.
most of the elites in the populace as well. I just want to
And,
say that homoeroticism really wasn't a foundational piece of either of those cultures whatsoever. It was anything looked down upon.
dude, if you go to Greece now, I'm talking now. Me and my wife went to Greece a couple of years ago. They got images and pictures and tourist memorabilia of that homoerotic engagement now. They still have it up there. That's a normalized part of the culture. I'm saying if you go to like a 7-Eleven there, they got pictures of dudes bent over. That even the term having anal sex, they call it Greek. That's how ingrained in Greek society it is, sir. So what you said was unfortunately emphatically false, sir.
I wouldn't agree with that. If you look at views of philosophers such as Aristotle, he considers homosexuality disgusting and undermining to the Republic. I mean, there's a number of other people I can
Dude,
source throughout Greek society who looked down upon it, held great influence in the matter.
them Greek dudes had little boys left and right. Alexander the Great was a big old queen. Dude, it just goes down the line. And then we can get over to Rome. They were doing the same thing in Rome. The Roman Empire, Caligula, these people were freaks over there, man. You look at some of the paintings and the artwork, they had dick everywhere on everybody, dude. Come on, man. The artwork is still there. You can go into the museums and see these people freaking off on each other and other dudes. It was very much ingrained, sir. The images are there. See, that's the thing. They made images of this stuff that you can see. So that was a part of the culture. And then when they engaged with people who are non-white, they went overboard with the sexual exploitation. And also going back to Greco-Roman culture, look at the Catholic Church and the Vatican and all of that stuff, and look at all of the um, homoerotic pedophile cases that's going on. They have to have meetings to stop these damn Catholic priests from messing with boys now. So, dude, that's a part of the culture, man. That goes back a long time and it's still alive right now.
Yeah, I'd just like to add that Catholic slash Vatican culture, anything related to Christianity in general, couldn't really be considered quote unquote European. It's more Semitic, Abrahamic in nature.
Oh, dude, they weren't the Semitic people weren't doing what they were doing in Europe. They weren't doing like that. The Europeans, the white supremacists get the religion and then they flip it and do something else with it, sir. So let's be very, very
Well, I
concise.
won't deny that Semite religion in Europe has done things that I don't agree with. I don't like Semitic religion in Europe.
And the thing is, man, a lot of the principles of Christianity, it was coming out of Africa, and the African people weren't doing none of that old freaky crazy stuff. So a lot of it had to do with a lot of the European temperament at the time. So it is what it is. But go ahead.
And another, now I know you're going to greatly disagree with this one, but there's been a number of genealogical studies done that show that while there were black members among Moor society, Moors were largely Arab Muslim or North African Muslim.
Which isn't Muslim is not a race.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I know. I'm just talking about like it was a smaller percentage were black than many people purport.
That's not true, sir. There's a reason why they called them Moors. Moors was a descriptive term. That was what they looked like. If they were Arabs, the word Arab was around. They could have said they were Arabs. They would have said they were Berbers. They were very specific about saying that these were Moors. Not only did they say they were Moors, they were like talking about how black they were. And even in many of the first hand accounts, they went on and on about how black these people were. And even in many of the paintings and the images, they show them as jet black people. That first army came in from Senegal to Morocco over the Strait of Gibraltar into Spain. And again, Moor is basically another word for black. Every variation of the word Moor is black. That's why the Spaniards are darker than most other Europeans and also the southern Italians because the Moors were there. And Sicily, forget about it. The Sicilians are damn near just really a fixed race of mulatto people because of the Moors. So,
It's funny you mentioned Sicilians because that's actually what my point was going to. I won't deny that the Almohads occupying Spain were, to a degree, mostly sub-Saharan. I'm not denying that. But Moors in other parts of Europe, such as the Eastern Mediterranean, we see more North African or Arab admixture, and that's proven just by genealogical studies of modern-day Sicilians. They are, on average, anywhere from 10% Levantine or possibly Arab as well, but you won't really see a lot of African admixture in Sicilians.
but to be an Arab, you have to have African bloodline. A lot of the Arabs are phenotypically black. See, they throw these words out here that's supposed to mean one thing, but there are black ass Arabs, dude. You had Arabs like Tipu Tip, who was on the east side of Africa in Zanzibar. These people who identify as Arabs who were jet black. So the word Arab doesn't get you away from blackness, though. So let's be
Well,
very words.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you look at Homo erectoid admixture in Arabs and or Neanderthals,
You remember when the white supremacists were going around calling Obama an Arab? They were saying Obama was an Arab. Remember when the white supremacists were saying that when he was in office? So yeah,
I don't really care about what dumbass 2000s racist Southerners have to say about a guy he was black, he was
yeah,
half black,
yes, he was.
and his middle name was Hussein, and they took it as Arab, and that's just
And
them being stupid. I won't deny that.
no, it's the same thing back in those days too. Arab, there were black Arabs. There's a reason why, and I've been over there to all over the Middle East. There's black Arabs all over the place. So the
Well,
Moors
of
were
course,
black. I think psychologically, the white supremacists don't like to believe. Well, they know it's true. They just don't want us to know that it was black people who saved the Europeans because you guys were dying off in Europe at the time. The Justinian plague almost killed you, and then later the Black Plague almost killed you. And it was the Black Moors who came in and literally saved you from dying off in Europe, right?
well, they didn't save the Northern Europeans of anything really. The Northern Europeans persisted without much black influence, basically their whole history. Mediterranean
Well,
Europeans, we saw Almohad invasions in Spain and parts of southern Italy, but it didn't really involve much for medical advancements or anything of that matter to help with the plague.
well,
And large leading, I would say, quote unquote, figureheads of the Islamic golden era of medicine were mostly Persians, not Africans.
sir, the Moors, when they were up there, the Moors were running those universities in Cordoba and Toledo. In fact, some of those northern Europeans, especially from England, they would go down to study at those universities. That's where they were getting all the knowledge from. That's where they were getting all of the medical information from. That medical information spread all over Europe. So it wasn't just in one place. So when you say the Northern Europeans didn't benefit, oh, they absolutely did, because again, the Europeans were almost about to die off. They were dying by like 5 to 10,000 people a day dying in Europe at one point, and they stopped soon after the Moors came. That Justinian plague, that first plague, stopped in around 725. The Moors came in 711, a decade before, and they were bringing in alcohol and elixirs and different types of medicines and teaching people how to bathe. So yeah, you're welcome. You got to give props to the Black Moors, sir.
I can't give props to the Moors for the success of Northern Europeans. I simply cannot. You can't deny that Slavic peoples in Eastern Europe, Baltic peoples who were still in a largely tribal stage, Magyars in Hungary, along with Finno-Ugric peoples in Finland, had no influence whatsoever by the Moors and still were able to live through Justinian plagues, bubonic plagues, and whatsoever. I won't deny that maybe the, how do you put it, cultural unity of the Muslim world was able to produce medical advancements at the time that were beneficial to those that they were occupying. but it's silly to say that all of Europe as a whole was saved by one small portion of it being invaded by Muslims.
Yeah, that influence was very great. And you're talking about those little small pockets of barbaric tribes because they were very barbaric up there in North.
Barbaric tribes that live to this day.
Well, they were struggling up there. Bluetooth and those guys. That's where they get the name Bluetooth. His name was Bluetooth. He codified. Which name was it? Which one of those nations did he codify? It was one of those, a couple of those nations. I forgot which one it was. Some of these white supremacists, they all just kind of blend in with me. But his name was Bluetooth. That was his nickname, and they called him Bluetooth because his teeth was fucked up, and they didn't have good dental care. They didn't have good.
You'd be talking about he was a Norwegian king, I believe.
Right. And the kings and the queens were living in barns. They were sleeping with animals. This is how they were living when they were up there on their own during these plagues. This is where chicken pox and all of these weird diseases came from. And again, these things were cured specifically because the Moors went in there bringing in different types of medicines and elixirs and alchemy and all types of other things to save Europe. And that spread all over Europe, not just in the Iberian Peninsula. It traveled all over Europe. And it was the Moors who ushered the whole Renaissance era in too. So we got to give them props on that.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's simply a matter of disagreement between you and I would have to do more research on it. But
Yes.
to a degree, confident that many accomplishments, mostly mathematical, but I imagine due to the fact that there are of similar nature, mathematics and the medical field, that it was largely Persians and Indo-Iranians that were accomplishing great strides of the quote-unquote advancement in the Muslim world.
No, it was the black Moors coming in there. That's why those terms, the word al, and even the word alcohol, all of these. You notice these words with the word with the prefix al. That was the black Moors bringing that in. Speaking of mathematics, algebra. They were bringing that in, bringing this advanced mathematics in there. These were the black teachers. You had black teachers like Ziriab, who was a jet black man, who was teaching culinary skills. He was a celebrity in Moorish Spain. Very well-known people, and they were described. Ziriat means blackbird. They called him Blackbird because he was so dark and he was a good singer. So when you look at first-hand accounts, they specified what the people looked like, and they kept talking about how black they were. So these were black people. Now, you can play the Persian game, but there were some black Persians who kind of moseyed over in there. There were even black Jewish people who went into Spain. You had Eldad the Danite, who was a black Jewish man from East Africa who became a celebrity in medieval Spain at the time. So, yeah, talking about all of these other ethnic religious groups, you're still not getting away from blackness. They were still Moors. They were still black. Moor doesn't just mean religion. Moor is a descriptive term because there were Christian Moors as well. So we got to understand that part of the game.
Right, yeah, I understand that part. I was just saying that I felt that addressing the accomplishments of, you can't address quote unquote Moors without addressing the fact that they were largely part of more a unified Muslim world than Europe was at the time. I think it's
right. They were. Now that's true because Islam was a relatively new religion. So they were energized by this new religion and they were going around spreading this new religion all over West Africa. You had, the religious centers in West Africa and the universities in West Africa, and they took it up into Spain. So yeah, that Islamic dynasty, it was a big thing at the time.
Right. All right, so I mean, we largely get that covered, at least both our viewpoints on that. I did have one more question before I go. It was more Stone Age related, and I just had to ask this because you have a greater knowledge on African history. Obviously, I focus on European history because I'm European descended. I mean, that makes sense.
Right.
But I won't lie, I didn't exactly delve on it for hours, but I could not find for the life of me evidence of atlatl use in Africa, and I just found that strange.
What kind of use?
Atlatl, it's a little instrument used by not only Native American tribes but a lot of Indo-European tribes It was a Stone Age technology that was essentially used to propel javelins further. You would just kind of, it was like a wood block you would cut a jut out of, stick the bottom of the spear into, and then chuck it. And the theory is that the extra lever point was supposed to add more force to it, as it's proven it has.
Okay. So you're saying you don't see any evidence that was in?
I haven't found much evidence, no.
Okay. So I don't understand the whole context of that, other than to slip in spear and chucker within the because I caught that.
I'm not trying to do that.
I kind of caught that when somebody says something like a real weird non sequitur. I look at some of the little code words, and I saw the code word you try to throw in there, the word spear and chucker. That's like one of
Well,
those.
if anything, the quote unquote spear chuckers here were Native Americans and Indo-Europeans.
But
I wasn't getting at Africans at all.
I caught that though. But I caught it. It was
Okay.
You were trying to do some white supremacist trolling,
If
and
you say so.
I caught it. I caught it. Yeah, you white supremacists aren't that. You're bright, but I'm on your ass. I caught that. But you tried. At least you tried.
I
And
didn't really try to fit in anything, but if you
yeah,
say so, I'm not going to try to argue with the guy in his own stream.
I know that. But listen, I will give you a coupon for Applebee's, and you can get you all the mayonnaise and sauerkraut you want on your next meal. But thank you so much.
This shit again.
Tried to be slick. He tried to make a little slick comment using the word spear and chuck. Yeah, y'all, did you catch that? Some of y'all didn't catch it. I caught it. He thought he was being slick. Oh, these white supremacists, they think they're clever, but I'm on your ass. Okay. Let's get Andres Laurent. I remember you. You've been in here before. Andres Laurent. I remember you.
Remember,
You've been in here
boy,
before.
asshole? You dropped me down to a
You've been
listener last time, and I was pissed.
there you
Asshole.
go. You're one of these white
I ain't
supremacist
no
trolls.
fucking
What's up?
white supremacist.
Okay, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Come on, man. Come on, are you? Watch your mouth. Come on, you're not at the trailer bingo game. All right,
Oh,
Andres, you got anything? Okay, you got to. Your trolling has to be creative. Come on, man. Do you have any creative trolling? I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm not a troll, asshole. I'm a fake.
Okay, there we go. You didn't
I'm a
upgrade your
fake.
troll. You didn't upgrade your troll material. All right, let's see. We are in here heavy as we are all the time. All right. Yes, Andres, I got you up out of here. All right, let's get Cosmic L. Let's get Cosmic L in here. What's up, Cosmic L? Cosmic L, where you at?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Cosmic L?
I'm doing great. Very interesting conversation. I came in to you talk about the Moors and African history, and I was curious. I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead.
So, if you are very aware and knowledgeable of some history, African history, and you're aware that you're real all of these things, why are you anti-African then?
Okay, ma'am, you don't do bad faith. We don't do that. You don't do that. Okay, because that's deceptive. And you don't want to be a stereotype. There's already a very bad stereotype of African immigrants being deceptive. And you don't want to walk into those stereotypes. Don't be deceptive and speak in bad faith, because what you did was a projection. And you know I'm not anti African. And you saying that is very deceptive. So you don't want to do that. So walk that back. Let's walk that back and ask a real question in good faith, because that's not even a good faith question. Reword that and ask in good faith. Let's try again. Go ahead, dear.
I'm not the one saying anything. I mean, you've been on this particular application for a while now. We've seen your
Right.
engagements, we've seen the posts you promote. There seems to be some sort of agenda, some sort of propaganda that you have to paint Africans to be some sort of, the enemy of Black America when it's not supposed to be so. So in my opinion, I'm like you have one of the biggest platforms that you could use to organize Black people for a good cause. But what do we have here? We see a lot of you post from you trolling Africans, immigrants, saying, calling them tellers, saying all of these things. So, like, when I was hearing,
Now, let's slow down. I don't call African immigrants anything. I call disrespectful anti FBA tethers exactly what they are. You're not going to skip over their actions to point at us. See, y'all got a real bad habit of doing that. Y'all sit here and criticize us for checking the tether class. We check them for a reason. Some people from your background, they come over here and do real disrespectful shit to us, and you overlook them. And then when we check them, you're sitting here talking about we're anti-African or we're xenophobic, but you never talk about the little slick shit that your folks did, and you know they should not have done it because they do the same stuff back in your homeland. And y'all don't like it there, we don't like it. So what makes you think we as foundational Black Americans should take any form of disrespect from people who are not even from our lineage, ma'am?
well, I agree. I mean, you do what you have to do to protect. But what I wanted to point out is the fact that I feel like as Black people, we should be aware that there are seeds of destruction, seeds of chaos, seeds of confusion that will be sowed amongst us. It happens where I'm from the people. When the enemy is attacking, they don't attack, with their faces. They use our people, so they condition them to behave a certain way, and it comes from all sides. You cannot deny that there are coons in your camp as well. So the bigger picture is
All
we
right,
actually
let's stop there. See, I won't. We're gonna deal with everything bit by bit. All right, I'm slowing you down. I'm not cutting you off, but I'm just slowing down. Let's deal with everything that you're saying. We do have FBA coons. The thing is, we check them. We're not going to let them run amok internationally so that people from other societies are going to check them. We get our coons packed up. We let people know who the Jesse Lee Petersons are. We let people know who the Diamond and Silks are. We let people know who the coons are over here. So when they walk in the room, we already say, hey, this person, they're going to come out their mouth sideways, but he's a coon, so don't even trip. The problem is you guys don't do that. You don't let us know who the people who are going to undermine us are. You don't let us know. So we have to find out, and then we have to deal with them accordingly, ma'am. So real big difference.
all right. So we're looking at it.
And where are you from in Africa? What part of Africa, ma'am?
I'm in Ghana. We're looking at a continent with 54 countries, right? And you're expecting all of the 54 countries to hold accountable to people that have been conditioned by the people in your close proximity, which are the white people. So that's the thing. You
No,
don't want to address.
no. I want y'all to stop doing that, ma'am.
You'd
Stop,
rather you not address white
ma'am.
supremacists?
Ma'am,
Are
stop
we not gonna
blaming.
address
No,
the
y'all not going to do that. Stop blaming the white supremacists for making y'all anti FBA. Let's stop doing that. Y'all stop pretending that y'all turned anti FBA at the immigration office because that's been a myth that's been put out there that y'all get over here and then they take y'all somewhere and then make you anti FBA. And the anti FBA sentiments are already there in many pockets of your society. It's already there. There's already in some pockets, let's keep it real, there's a
I was
resent.
born in the 90s, Tariq.
What does that have to do with anything?
2022, 2020, or
What does that
Spaces
have
was
to
literally,
what does that have to do with anything, ma'am? What are you talking about?
it was Spaces through Spaces that I found out that Black Americans feel this way. Ask every African. We are shocked. We're experiencing a culture shock because we had no idea. But I appreciate
Wait,
these
wait,
things
wait, 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 wait. You had no idea what, ma'am? What didn't you
that
have?
you guys felt a certain way. Like I said, there
How do we feel? No, 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 no. What do you mean we feel a certain way? We don't want to be mistreated. But what do you think we feel?
Tariq, relax.
Ma'am? How do you think foundational black Americans feel about you and other African people?
So we're complaining about people being used as tools, as coons to do certain things. We're complaining about the tools, but not the people that are using the tools is the conversation I'm trying to have. How are we not going to talk about the people that are orchestrating the events to make it seem like we're against each other, to make it seem like we can't come together, to make it seem like we're supposed to separate? Those are the issues I feel like you should be using your platform to talk about. Why are there so much divisions in this very time when Black people need to be together? Because guess what? White supremacy doesn't delineate, does
Then,
it?
ma'am,
Does
why
white
aren't what,
supremacy delineate?
ma'am? Then why aren't you all together in Africa?
The con, con
Unmute your mic, ma'am. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
Now, you see, this conversation is very interesting because the continental borders already bound African nations. We already are migrating, trading with each other. But politically, we see that there has been restrictions because guess what? We acknowledge that our leaders are puppets. There is no African anywhere that would deny that we're being controlled, that neocolonialism is a thing. And that's exactly why we're speaking for continental Africans to rise up against our political leaders because we actively want to, affect change instead of blaming, people or, we understand.
So your political leaders are making y'all off code so y'all can't get on code with each other. It's your political leaders doing that, ma'am?
We understand the psychological manipulation is a tool of white supremacy. So, in our music, in our movies, in our education system, our religion, we see tools of mental conditioning being used upon our people. And it's up to some of us to
Then
be
why
aware.
don't y'all break the mental conditioning, ma'am, and get the hell on code? You can't come here telling us we all need to get together and y'all don't get together in your homeland. You're more divided, and I'm just
We're
talking about
actually
Ghana.
very together. I'm in
Hold on.
Ghana. We live.
And I don't even have to go all over Africa. Let's just stick with Ghana and all the different tribal differences in Ghana, ma'am. Let's just stick to Ghana. How come y'all ain't all codified in Ghana? Go ahead, ma'am.
Ghana was created by tribes. Kwame Nkrumah was our leader, the first leader who actually created a very very amicable environment. You can come to Ghana. Apparently, you have been to Ghana before. Ghana actually is one of the most peaceful places. I don't know what you're saying. West African nations are peaceful. It's only Nigeria that is currently having a culture clash, and we understand what is happening. The divide and conquer rule. Because guess
Ma'am,
what? Nigeria is
ma'am, Ghana ain't that peaceful, especially with foundational Black Americans, ma'am. There are videos out here of foundational Black Americans' properties being pillaged by the people over there. There's been foundational Black Americans trying to repatriate over there, and they've gotten killed. Man, we're not gonna. You
please
don't.
highlight these issues so we can speak against them because I had no idea. Because last I checked, when you go to places like Accra, Osu, Spintex, there are foundation Black Americans that are living there chilling at the beaches. You can Google their YouTube videos, them doing TikTok, telling people how they're peacefully smoking Ghana weed. You cannot even lie on this shit because Ghana, like you can't lie. It's literally we're here. Ghana, what fights, what tension? I literally live where houses where I am in Ashanti region. We're around. Everybody is living peacefully here in Ghana, right? So this argument that we know we have tribal differences and whatever is a is a psyop, right? Why should people hate each other? And that's why we're having issues with what's happening in Nigeria right now, because it currently is the nation that is trying to do that, a tribal divide. Because guess what? Nigeria has been termed as the African giants. You should understand the things that go on behind these things. If they are targeting an African nation that is termed as an African giant, you should understand that what's happening is a psyop. There is a religious tension, there's a cultural tension, there is a deliberate, effort to break down the Nigerian economy so that these people will be impoverished and their resources would be exploited because they have a lot of oil. Even though they have supplied so much oil, they still have a lot in abundance. So exactly what happens in these places like Libya, Syria, Iraq, and whatever, it's happening in Nigeria. And these are very important conversations I feel you should use your platform to have. Now, why do we have a lot of division amongst Black people, especially in times where white people are uniting? The United States has no business being allies with Ukraine, but guess what? They are shipping Ukrainian immigrants in droves into the United States because guess what? They are preparing for war. They understand there's a cultural war coming. And if you don't use your platform to awaken Black people and let them know that things like Cop City, Ukrainians being trained in the military are happening, things like AFRICOM and Africa are happening, then you're wasting your time, Tariq. You're
But we wake up our people. We do that, and what
Well,
happens
when I
is
came in here, you were entertaining white supremacists. So I'm like, why are you using pressure?
entertaining them. What do you mean? I'm debunking the BS they're saying. What do you mean I'm entertaining them? I'm debunking them, ma'am, which is what y'all don't do. When white people show up with you guys, y'all get to dancing and doing your tribal
Do
jigs.
I sound like somebody who kikis and ha-has?
Yeah. So what do you mean we're entertaining them? I'm debunking their nonsense, ma'am. That's y'all over there who get to entertaining. Y'all entertain them. Y'all sit up there propping them up on your shoulders, walking them around, ma'am. Let's not go there.
You won't see white people in Ghana. I promise you. You will not see.
Please, ma'am, don't say this. Now you selling Wakanda lies. Stop that, ma'am. Don't try to sell the Wakanda.
No, they are here, but the weather doesn't
They
allow
are
them to
there.
stay.
Yes, they
But
are.
you find them in.
Y'all be skinning and grinning. Don't sit up here talking about what y'all ain't gonna do with white people. Y'all treat the white people better than the Black Americans who go over there, ma'am.
Let's be very, very honest.
Ma'am, y'all, I've seen Black Americans go over there and y'all overcharge them for stuff, and white people, you damn near give them stuff for free in Ghana. Let's not play that game. And you said
I'm
it's
not even going to do this with you. Maybe you should come
ma'am,
to
ma'am,
Ghana.
because you're not. No, 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 no. Don't sell Wakanda. Okay, you talking about there's no.
Ghana is Wakanda. It is Ghana.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
we
yeah.
come up
Don't
built
try
this
to
nation.
don't y'all try to sell the Wakanda package to us. And they didn't they just have some over there in Baku where dozens of people got killed over there. I ain't trying to minimize nobody's murder, but don't sell the Wakanda package, ma'am. It goes down over there. Okay. Anyway, dear, thank you so much, beloved. Thank you. All right, come on, don't try to sell us the Wakanda package, man. There's all types of violence over there in Ghana. And when they start tap dancing for the white people, stop. Yeah, there's some cool stuff over there. I've heard good things, but let's tell all of it. I mean, there's horror stories. Black folks go over there, they try to move over there and get overcharged, and black folks get finessed out of their land left and right, and their homes get pillaged. Remember on my broadcast a while ago, the FBA brother had a spot over there, and then the state, the government, whatever, took his joint back and then let people come in and just literally he's standing there and people just coming in taking his shit, took his TV, furniture. I mean, they stripped his whole house. That stuff over it happens over there all the time. Let's tell all of it. Yeah. Yeah, there's tribal beefs over there. People ain't really clicked in and getting together like that. There's tribal beefs and tribal differences that has undermine the progress there. You can't tell us to all get together and all of that, and y'all ain't got together. And then y'all want to blame it's the corrupt politicians. The government. The government is the government. We have a corrupt government too, but we're somewhat on code. We're the most on code people on the planet as far as black people. No other black people are on code like us, even though we do have some off code folks, but we're on code as on code can be as far as black people. And our government is majorly corrupt. Yeah, Daisy, this is the Hispanic white supremacist. She wants to get back on, but Daisy, you've already said what you had to say, ma'am. We already know that you're anti-black, and we know that you want to deny your Hispanic heritage. And that's not that's something you got to deal with. I don't want to have you up here just doing corny trolling, ma'am. We don't want you to do that. Don't be ashamed of your culture, ma'am. You know, don't be ashamed of your culture. You know, you're a wannabe Anglo, and that's all right. Anyway, we've been on here heavy. I've been on here for a couple of hours, man. It's been real. Should I get one more call, or should we charge this thing to the game? Because we're in here deep. And by the way, we got the Juneteenth celebration at the Hidden History Museum here in Los Angeles next Saturday, June 17th. Get your tickets at hiddenhistorymuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. That's where you can get your tickets. I think I'm going to wrap it on up because I've been on here long enough. And I'm going to let y'all get some sleep because y'all stay in here hanging all night and we are in here heavy. Get the movie because the guy talked early about buck breaking. Get the movie Buck Breaking at buckbreakingmovie.com. Wait. Somebody just sent me a picture of Daisy. Wait a minute. Wait. Daisy, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Somebody sent me some pictures on Daisy. Wait a minute. Hold on. Daisy, let me get you back in here. Somebody just sent me some stuff on you, Daisy. Hold on. Wait a minute. Daisy. Wait, Daisy, let me get you up in here. Hold on. Let me get Daisy back up in here. Daisy, turn your microphone on, ma'am. Daisy,
Listen,
what's up, Daisy?
I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine.
No, but Daisy, your name Brooke.
Excuse me. First of all, no. Can you like not
Okay.
dox me in front of? Is that really where you're going? Like, are we gonna have to? That's extremely private information. Are we seriously gonna go for that? Are we gonna? Am I not gonna have to like have you mass reported? This is retarded. That's like going like really like you're like you're a nigger and shit. But like that's like kind of fucked
Okay.
up.
So you're gonna have me reported for saying your first name? That what we doing, Miss Daisy?
Thank you, Daisy. Yes, it is Daisy. And if you wanna go further, like we can go further.
But yeah, somebody sent some stuff where there's some very interesting stuff about you, Daisy. Uh, some very interesting stuff. You want to talk about your background and some of the stuff that you're into, Daisy?
That I like to drink and get in trouble for it. Sure, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. You like to drink and get in trouble. Nobody's doxing you.
Yes, I was
Nobody's.
fully doxxed, and I was actually swatted, and I had a SWAT team like damn near bang my door down just a few days ago. While thankfully my son wasn't here. Very thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but
Oh,
you know,
okay. And okay. All right. People they say you base your life around race mixing. You've had your romp. You
first
talk all
first of
this.
all, the Chinese are they're they're honorary white. It's don't say I'm not a black race mixer. Let's get that straight.
So you got okay. So you had a baby by a Chinese man.
If you want to get into that right now, that's kind of weird, but sure, yeah. I speak Mandarin. I've lived in Asia for a long time. I have
Mm-hmm.
a house over there. Yeah. Like if you want to get into that, sure.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact
But
that we're
but
talking about how black people are inherently degenerate.
but but ma'am, you're a single mother,
Incorrect.
and you got and there's several mugshots of you.
Incorrect.
Oh, well, so okay. What's with all the mugs? I'm looking at a bunch of mugshots of you, ma'am. You're a deadbeat, degenerate criminal. And I'm not even making that
I
up. I'm not even.
suppose so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess if you,
But
I
but
guess if
man,
you have fun
but man,
at
but man,
parties and like, like, yeah, public intoxication.
you're
Cool.
calling black people degenerate, ma'am. I'm looking at
Oh,
about
I'm
4
sorry, I
mugshots.
didn't gun down my neighborhood. I just had fun at
But
parties.
ma'am, you have several mugshots, so you're a lifelong criminal, right?
Lifelong criminal, as in having fun at parties, a little too fun. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Well,
I didn't
being a
rob a Target.
some
I didn't.
some criminals have fun, ma'am. Some people like crime, and you obviously have a good time at
I
it,
didn't
ma'am.
do black
And
criminal activities. I'm sorry, I didn't.
right, you did crack criminal activities, ma'am, because you
Crack.
look like you're on the pipe. Did you go to jail for drugs, ma'am?
Never. No.
Ma'am, you look kind of methed out in some of these pictures, ma'am.
No, just
You
drunk.
looked extreme. Oh, ma'am, that looked more than some liquor.
That's definitely some liquor.
Okay. And ma'am, you're talking about black people. To be honest, ma'am, your face is very strong without your makeup on, ma'am.
Dude,
Ma'am, you
again,
look like one of the
listen.
ma'am, ma'am, you got like bleach blonde hair, a strong face. Bitch, you look like one of the Bee Gees from the 1970s. You look like a male singing group in some of
That's
your pictures, ma'am. You look horrible. And you're talking about black people? Really?
yes,
You look
I've never. Yeah,
horrible, ma'am.
I didn't commit violent crime. I apologize. Maybe next
Ma'am,
time I'll try to
the
commit violent
ma'am,
crime. It's just
ma'am, you have is very deceptive. You had to darken yourself to look like us a little bit. You're pale skin, ma'am. You have pale skin in some of your mugshots with bleach blonde hair. You look like a stunt double from the original Planet of the Apes. You look horrible without your makeup, ma'am. And you have the nerve to sit here yelling nigga, 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 talking about my people, and your face is that strong. Really,
yes.
Daisy? Shame on you.
And shame on 13% of the 60% of y'all.
Ma'am, I will take that 13% over your 13 meth pipes, ma'am. I'll take that 13%. And you got 13 mugshots, ma'am. How many mugshots do you have, Daisy?
Wait, was that a joke?
No. I'm looking at your mugshots. How many mugshots do you have? I'm not
You just
laughing.
said you were looking at them.
I'm looking at it's so many. Damn, there's so much stuff going on in your
What, 3
man,
public intoxications and like a DUI? Like what? Or 2 and like a DUI? Like what? That's called
ma'am.
white. That's
You,
called white crime. We don't shoot people. We don't mug people. We don't deal drugs. We don't
ma'am,
do
did you
things that generally
Daisy,
like cause the degeneracy of an entire society.
Daisy, Daisy, did you abandon your child?
No, he's no. What? No. Absolutely not. No, I'm
Ma'am,
not black.
no, ma'am, yeah, because we don't do that type of shit. Yeah, you damn right you ain't black because we don't do the type of shit you do.
Oh, wait, wait.
We don't
Wait,
do
you
that.
guys you guys
We
don't
don't do the
commit you
shit you
guys
do.
don't
No,
commit
no, 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 no.
60% of
We
crime?
we no 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 no. We don't abandon our children like
Whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
We
whoa,
don't
whoa,
abandon.
whoa, whoa. Wait, whose child is
No
abandoned? Whose child? Wait. Do you want
no
to talk about
no
black
no 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 no.
statistics? Are you serious?
Yeah. We're talking about
I'm
your
sorry, my
musty
house
ass.
is so.
We don't. No no
Hold on,
no.
Tariq. Listen,
Ma'am,
listen,
ma'am,
Massa.
ma'am. We don't abandon our children like you, ma'am.
My
And
house is so big that I can actually scream from one side, and my son who's sleeping on the.
well, ma'am,
Yeah,
that's
he
called a
can't. No,
trailer
he
park.
can't hear. No, he.
That's a trailer park, ma'am. Yeah. You can scream on one side because there's only one long ass room. Yeah, it's a trailer. So yeah. So of course you
Yeah,
can.
of course. Yeah, I
But
live in a.
there, sit up here, you talking about black people, ma'am. You are a degenerate, ma'am. And you like one of these Nick Fuentes
You have
type of
no idea what
fans,
you're talking
right?
about. This is honestly keck as fuck.
Ma'am,
I live
you
in a trailer. You're right. Let me just take let. Oh man, yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey,
good,
that's a good ending. Honestly, yeah, I live in a
ma'am.
trailer.
You
That's
are
right. One of my
your his,
multiple houses. Yeah. Oh, it's a trailer. All right.
ma'am. You are a real degenerate, and you one of these people who are on Twitch and all of this stuff. Man, boy, you are a piece of and your shape, man. What kind of shape is that? You got a pudgy stomach and no ass. What kind of shape is that, man? You built like
What
a
even?
Simpson
What? I
character,
don't even know what you're looking at this point because there's no pictures of me like
man.
that.
Good Lord, you got these big ass goddamn Bill Clinton teeth. you're all over the place, ma'am. Ma'am, you couldn't go down back to your Aztec home and get a dentist down there. You need to go down to Aztec land and find you a dentist,
You
ma'am,
know
and
what my
get you a
favorite
discount.
part of Black culture is? How you guys are able to make up insults that are just so irrelevant, but they are funny. I'll give you that. You are funny.
They are,
They are funny, but they're completely
I'm
irrelevant.
describing your ass. I'm literally describing. You the one hopped on here calling everybody niggers
Well,
and nigga this
that
and
is
nigga that.
what you are objectively. I'm not lying. You're lying.
Okay, ma'am, I would rather be a nigga than an ugly ass, bleach blonde, teenage ninja mutant turtle looking broad.
Well,
You
I'm
look
perfectly
horrible.
happy with what I am, which is definitely not
No,
black.
you're not. No, you're not, ma'am. There's no way you're happy with the way you look. You look horrible,
Mm-hmm.
and you appear got some filters on your pictures.
No,
You
I don't.
your mug your shape is janky. You look a beast, ma'am. And you look like you stank. You got these dirty little tattoos on you, and you are in a trashy trailer park, and you got the nerve to talk about foundational Black Americans. How dare you, ma'am?
Again,
I'm really
literally, you can keep saying things over and over, but it doesn't make it true. So that's kind of keck.
okay. And using these old 4chan terms, ma'am, you
Again, I
are
told you
a
it's massa, not ma'am.
baby,
Dude,
massa
don't ever call me
nothing.
that again. I'm gonna kill myself now. Hey, you know what? Tariq
There's
Nasheed,
nothing.
just hey, let it be
And,
known.
and,
Tariq Nasheed,
and,
it
and
wasn't my
how
boyfriend that got
and
me off Twitter. It was Tariq Nasheed because he told
hold
me
on, wait a minute. Another thing, how old are you? Because you got double
I told you I'm
chins.
56.
You're not 56. You got these weird double chins, man. And are you trans? What look were you going for? Are you going for hermaphrodite look? What are you going for, ma'am? There's all types of stuff going on with you, ma'am. Oh
Listen, when you're
goodness. But Daisy,
56 years old, you've been piped down.
okay. Anyway. Um oh, and they're saying that people, okay, yeah, you
Hey,
let
listen,
people
the
put
last thing
cigarettes.
I'm gonna say is
Oh, wait. You let people put cigarettes out. I'm getting a bunch of pictures on you. You let people put cigarettes out on you. You get burned with cigarettes?
what the fuck, dude? You're being weird now. That's kind of weird.
No. These are pictures of you with cigarette burns on your body. So that's you into like this weird fetish type of thing,
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
and you got the nerve to sit your little tired, stinky, head lice infested ass up here to talk about black
Yo,
people.
stop talking
Really,
about my head lice. Listen, I love everyone. I got names for all of them. All right.
Lord. Anyway, thank you so much, Daisy. We're gonna let you go.
Thank you. You have a good night.
The meth pipe. Good Lord, these people are degenerates, and these are people are sending me all types of stuff on her assault charges. Oh Lord, a big drunk ass white supremacist. When is her birthday? How old is this chick for real? Because she got like double chins. Y'all, her mugshots. This woman is a beast in the face. She's a stone beast and got the nerve to sit up here talking greasy. What year is she born? I can't see her birthday on here. It's kind of blurry. But this woman is a damn mess. A stone mess. Anyway, man, let me get up out of here because now my phone stank having to look through her pictures. I got to go wipe my phone down with alcohol looking at this woman's stinking ass pictures and all of her mugshots talking about black crime. These people love projecting. The white supremacists love doing all that damn projecting. But anyway, man, go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Get your tickets for the Juneteenth event for next week. I'm out of here. Puppy Akute and Lola Vuve to the family. Y'all be good.